everyone, today I'm going to review The Martian by Weir. I just finished it the other night and I thought I should quickly film a review about it because it was so awesome. So anyway, if you don't know already, first of all, this book is coming out to a movie later this year. I want to say maybe fall. I'm not too sure exactly the date. This is when it comes out, but I really wanted to read it because, I don't know, I don't read very much sci-fi books, and when I saw the trailer, it was very, very intriguing, and a couple of my friends really wanted to read it, so I was like, I should definitely read it, and I'm so glad I did because it was so awesome. So this is just going to be a brief summary of what I thought, and yeah, let's begin. First of all, if you don't know what this book is about, if you haven't seen the trailer or you haven't heard about it, it's about this astronaut named Mark Waltney who goes to Mars along with his crew. They are completing mission on Mars and stuff like that, and this terrible sandstorm happens, and he gets drug off, the sandstorm takes away, and all the other astronauts think he's dead, and all conclusions to point that he's dead, and then he wakes up and he is stranded on Mars quite literally. So this is about him surviving on Mars, and it's so intriguing. The plot alone, doesn't that sound interesting? A guy stranded on Mars. Who would have thought a guy would be stranded on Mars? I mean, not me. The protagonist is Mark, and Mark has a very sarcastic, witty voice, which I really enjoyed reading. He wasn't really at all bitter about being left on Mars. He understood it, He would have done the same thing if another one of his crewmates, they thought he was dead, He totally understood it. He had to save 6 of the commander had to save 5 other people, so he's not bitter about it at all. He thinks very, very rationally, and he's very, very smart. Now, everyone that goes on to, I guess, a space mission, which, by the way, I don't know anything about space. So if you're watching this, you don't know about space, you're like, this girl is stupid. I am stupid about space, okay? It baffles me. The whole idea of space baffles me. I think it's awesome. I wish I knew more. My brother-in-law used to work for NASA, so he knows a lot. I wish I could have him here with me to explain crap, but I don't. I just want to throw that out there. Me, in space, I don't know nothing. Astronauts went to Mars. They each kind of had 2 tasks on. They each had traits, or I don't know what it's called. Mark was a botanist and he was a mechanical engineer, which are really 2 critical things, I think, to be stranded on Mars. Number 1, botanist. You may not think not a lot, but he grew crops on Mars in order to survive, and I don't think anybody else on his crew would have did that. And number 2, mechanical engineer. Means he can fix things. I think it's pretty important. You're on Mars and you're in things that could break. Just saying. So Mark was very, very rational, very, very smart, but I loved his witty, sarcastic voice during this whole thing. He would just say all of these hilarious things in his logs, and I would love it because I think he just had a really good head on his shoulders about being stranded on Mars. Because I don't know about you, if it was me, I'd be freaking out since day one. Every day I'd be like, this is done. I'm dead. It's over. Next day, same thing. That's how it would be. So I really loved Mark's voice of reason and his sarcasm all in the same thing. And like I said, Mark was so smart. The idea of him using potatoes that were in the fridge, and he would make a crop into them so he can make his food last for, I forget the exact days, but a certain amount of time, because he figured rationally. He thought he was stuck on here. I mean, astronauts can't be like, let's turn the rocket ship around and go get him back. They can't do that. I mean, it's not a car. He had to wait either 4 years for the next Mars mission to come get him, or he could find a way to contact NASA, which he had no way. He was so smart, and I just loved the whole thing of it. The plot was amazing. You're on your toes. Things kept going wrong. I mean, why wouldn't they? They are on Mars. He had to make water out of this chemicals and stuff, and I was like, oh crap. The one thing I will say I wish I enjoyed more, but I'm not a science person, is there is a lot of science mumbo-jumbo talk in it, okay? A lot of him doing things, a lot of stuff like that I honestly had to skip over because I had no clue what I was reading. When he was starting to talk about fixing things and making things, I was like, I really wish I understood you, buddy, but I don't. And I think there's a lot of people out there that really love sci-fi that will totally enjoy that aspect of the book. And I wish I could, but I just didn't know anything about it. If I did, I'd probably eat that crap up. But I didn't know anything about it, so I was like, that's great, you're doing great. Make that rocket fuel or whatever into water. But yeah, that's the only part that I really didn't enjoy, and that's not really a bad thing about the book at all. That's just saying something about me that I don't know much about science. When it wasn't all sciencey and stuff like that, the plot kept really going along. He had things he had to do, there were certain aspects when he got in contact with NASA. I was very, very excited, and then it went wrong, and then the plot was amazing. I love the ending. I love how it ended. I think it ended at a perfect place, and overall, it was just an awesome book. I'm using the hashtag stranded on Mars to talk about it on Twitter because I love it so much, and if you guys have read it or are reading it now, please continue to use that tag. Even though I finished this book, I will continue to talk about it because I like it so much and because the movie is coming out soon. Like I said, I really, really love this book, and I'm kind of surprised I did because this book is kind of out of my comfort zone. If you guys know me, I read mostly YA books, so reading an adult sci-fi book about astronauts is 50,000 miles out of my comfort zone, okay? So I'm really proud of myself that I read it, and I'm really happy that I enjoyed it. I thought it was so awesome. I gave it a 5 out of 5. That's how much I enjoyed it, because once I started, I couldn't stop. Yes, there was a lot of science stuff I didn't understand, but the plot was just so intriguing that it kept me going along, and I had to finish it. It's really one of my favorites of the year so far, and in truth, into this also, it's going to be kind of random, but whatever. I kept talking about this book to my husband. I don't do that a lot, but I try to do it on books that I think he might enjoy, and he was like, I think I might read that after you, and I was like, what? He never really reads, so I'm so excited that he will hopefully read this, and yeah, I'll let you know what he thinks of it because I'm so excited about it. Anyway, stay tuned because I don't know when, but a couple of my friends are starting a podcast soon, and they're going to talk about this book, and they want to have me along to talk about it, so I will leave links down below for it whenever it does come up, or I'll tweet about it, so yeah. So if you haven't read The Martian, what are you waiting for? Yes, the science stuff will probably won't understand, and I'll probably make you feel weird, but the plot is so intriguing, and yeah, let's all read this before the movie comes out. Oh, that'd be so awesome. I can't wait for the movie now. That is all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Hopefully it was good enough. I didn't want to talk about every single plot point in this book because I don't want to give it all away. The trailer pretty much almost does, but it doesn't really. I don't know, but either way, if you've read this book, please let me know what you thought about it down in the comments, and if you're planning to read it, let me know, and use the hashtag strandedonmars. And that is all for me, and I will see you guys later.